Unfortunately, I've been dealing with some leg pain, so I wasn't able to compete in the A10 championship this weekend, but I was able to send Gwen as backup, so I hope she wins my medals. Hello, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Brayden Knapp from That Other Sports Show. You're watching the home for the Explorers Athletics, SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine, back to bring you the Explorer sports you might have missed.
And later, Riley got the chance to sit down with Dezlen Long with LaSalle's band.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Number 1, triathlon Sophia Nordbeck was able to compete in the Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii, finishing 13 hours and 9 minutes. Nordbeck called it the hardest race of her life, but she would definitely do it again, 100%.
Number 2, former LaSalle University head men's basketball coach Fran Dunphy, the all-time winningest coach in Philadelphia, Big 5 history, has been named to the National Association of Basketball Coaches Tournament Advisory Committee, where he will provide season-long feedback and team evaluations to the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Committee.
Number 3, Matilda Dietrichson from the field hockey team is this week's NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week.
That's it for the top 3. Now let's take a look at how our team's been doing this week. Women's soccer battled to a 0-0 draw against VCU on Thursday night at McCarthy Stadium. Senior goalkeeper McKenna Yarkis led the defense with 6 saves to record, another clean sheet. Defender Riley Henson registered the lone shot on goal for LaSalle, while forward Justice Hollenbach and midfielder Anna Korseniko each tallied 2 shots. VCU outshot LaSalle 15-8, but the Explorers' backline held strong to secure the draw. They then closed out their regular season on Sunday with a 4-2 loss to Duquesne. The Dukes jumped out to an early 3-0 lead before Caden Williams scored off a pass from J.C. Gismondi late in the first half. Justice Hollenbach found the net in the 61st minute, again set up by Williams, but Duquesne's offense proved too strong. The Explorers finished the year 7-7-3 overall and 4-4-2 in conference play.
Men's soccer picked up its 3rd consecutive victory Saturday evening, defeating St. Bonaventure 2-1 on the road. After a scoreless first half, midfielder Ismail Deme opened the scoring in the 54th minute from a setup from Alexander Zama. The Bonnies leveled the match in the 65th minute, but LaSalle responded late as freshman forward Julius DeVries converted a corner from junior midfielder Zach Forehand in the 84th minute. Grad student midfielder Drew Blackwell provided the initial pass that led to the game winner. Goalkeeper Tino Canis made 4 saves to secure the win as LaSalle outshot St. Bonaventure 15-13 and held an 8-5 edge in corner kicks with the win. The Explorers improved to 4-4-7 overall and 2-2-3 in the A10 play.
The LaSalle field hockey team came up short in a hard-fought 1-0 loss to VCU on Friday afternoon. Both teams were scoreless through the 3 quarters before the Rams broke through in the 50th minute on a penalty corner finish. LaSalle's defense, led by Atlantic 10 co-defensive player of the week Abby Boggs, stood tall throughout, with Boggs recording 9 saves. The Explorers withstood 19 shots and 15 penalty corners from VCU. They then closed out its home slate with a 4-2 victory over LIU on Sunday, the team's 4th win in its last 5 games. Matilda Dietrichson led the offense with 2 first-half goals, her 3rd and 4th of the season. Helping the Explorers build a lead, they never looked back. Darian DeLeo added her 6th goal of the year, while Annabelle Leesuk sealed the win late off a feed from Ruth Passavir. Goalkeeper Abby Boggs made 6 saves as LaSalle outshot LIU 20-17 and held an 8-7 edge in corners.
The LaSalle men's rowing team shined at the head of the Schuylkill Regatta, earning 4 medals in their home opener. The Explorers Championship 8+, Championship 4+, Frosh 8+, and the Championship 2- each reached the podium, with the 4+ taking down 38 competitors in its event. Top performers included Brayden Howard, Serge Sipek, Tiziano Pitwiti, Petrak Setkovic, and Coxon Joey Evans.
The LaSalle women's rowing turned in strong performances, highlighted by the Championship 8+ and Frosh 8+ crews, each finishing in the top third of their races. Standouts included Lily Shear, Brooke Bazulis, Sophia Matolo, and coxswain Natalie Bluen.
LaSalle men's golf competed at the OBX Intercollegiate in North Carolina Sunday and Monday. Weather shortened the event to 27 holes over 2 days. The Explorers shot even par as a team. Their best round 2 par of the season, senior Ahmed Lo Casalzo and sophomore Peyton Hockey each positioned a 70-1 to finish top 20. Junior Gavin Dosh eagled the par 4 eighth in the round 2. The team finished among the top 3 in pairs and made, while Hockey ranked top 3 in pair scoring average. LaSalle women's golf closed out its fall season Tuesday with a 15th place finish at Lehigh Invitational at Trump International in Bedminster, New Jersey. Senior Nina Okunla led the Explorers with a strong first round that included back-to-back birdies and holes 2 and 3. Sophomore Samantha Son and senior Hannah Gammons finished 1 stroke apart, while freshman Jewel Schaefer completed LaSalle's lineup.
LaSalle's triathlon team competed in the East Regional Championship in Charlotte, North Carolina, finishing 7th in Division I. Fiona Davidu led the team with a 30th place finish. Sophie Brandwein finished 63rd, followed by Gabriella Hermader. Sophia Nordbeck, just 2 weeks removed from the Ironman World Championship, finished in 1 hour 21 minutes. Beth Eldridge and Luciana Ruiz competed the lineup and will foresee the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships next month.
LaSalle Rugby fell 36-32 to Mount St. Mary's in the season finale Saturday. Jocelyn Winderig scored 2 tries to lead the Explorers. Maev Delaney, Kaylee Castro, Alyssa Post, and Bailey Borm-Gray also scored. Borm-Gray added a conversion. LaSalle took a 32-24 lead early in the third period before Mount St. Mary's pulled away with the win.
Men's basketball had their exhibition game last night against Division III Ursinus. 4 Explorers scored in double figures, led by Rob Dockery and Jaden Marshall with 17 points each. Josiah Harris added 13 points, and redshirt junior Jerome Brewer Jr. chipped in with 11. Justin Archer led the team with 7 rebounds, while Dockery dished out 6 assists. LaSalle controlled the game inside, outscoring Ursinus 58-26 in the paint and holding a 55-24 rebounding advantage. The game ended with a win for the LaSalle Explorers as they led Ursinus 99-66. Welcome to SportsLine.
Thank you for having me.
Of
it's awesome
course,
on here.
thanks
It's
for
awesome.
being here.
Of course.
Do you just know how to pronounce the rowers' names, or is that just...
I think a little bit. I looked a little bit beforehand to practice a little bit, and I know a little bit European names, so, and it seems as though some of them are European.
Yeah,
so I guess that helped me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we struggle on. Most of the time we skip them, but we still give them their credit.
Gotta show them a little love.
And so we got teams finishing their seasons. We had women's soccer finish their season. They're now going to the A10 championship. We had field hockey. They finished out their season. I believe they're going to some sort of championship. I think women's soccer starts by playing number 1 ranked Duquesne, or Dayton, not Duquesne. They just beat Duquesne. Their number 1 is Dayton, so they'll be playing them soon. Mm-hmm. What do you think the outcome of that game will be?
I mean, I'm always backing the LaSalle Sports, especially our women's soccer team. I know I've been a little bit underdogs coming in, but I mean, these girls, I believe last season made it to the A10 championship, so I feel like they know what they're doing, and I know they're going to come to this game well prepared.
And then also men's soccer has picked up their 3rd consecutive victory. They were not always the best in the beginning of the season, but it seems now they finally got their stuff together and they're playing as a team. Have you followed men's soccer at all? Do you know, like?
I have a little bit, but yeah, as you said, at least now they're picking up some wins a little bit. Obviously, they're not going to be making it to the A10 championship as it seems, or going far in that. But it's at least nice to end their season with a few wins. I know especially at least want to end the season off a win or at least some highs.
Yeah, and then men's golf also, their games ended short because of the weather. But if they had the opportunity to clinch a couple more points, they would be able to make it to their championship. I don't know what theirs is. I don't know if it's A10 or something else, but they would make it there. But I think they were just cut short a little bit.
That's unfortunate, isn't it, with the weather? Because obviously golf depends so much on, it's outside, so it depends on all the elements, and that's just part of the game, the elements. So that is unfortunate. But, I mean, hopefully next season, next time, we can come away with those next few points.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing is field hockey. They won their last game, their last home game. That is a big thing for them. They also have been a little rocky this season. They started out really good. Their main, supportive player, their backbone is Abby Boggs, the goalkeeper. She has made, every week there's been something new about her. So I feel like without her, they wouldn't be as victorious as they've been recently.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like I just have always seen her winning the A10 Player of the Week. It seems though she's that rock that team really needs, and obviously she's the goalie. That's kind of like the quarterback in football. You need that position to lead everyone else. So at least this is some positives here, and you ended off with a win. So yeah. Yeah,
and then Matilda Diegerson, who's also on the field hockey team. She was this week's NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week. Prior seasons, she played, but her name was not out there as much as it is now, and I'm glad it is. Me and Gwen talked about this a little bit last episode. She also is a big backbone. She really took that step of being that upperclassman to guide everyone.
Yeah.
And she definitely brings the team together, and it's being recognized finally. Me and Gwen recognized her last week, so now she's this week's NovaCare Student Athlete, and she deserves it. She did deserve it.
I mean, it seems like it because, I mean, as I see on social media, it seems as though she's been getting things done for the field hockey team. So, I mean, at least for an athlete, it's great that she's finally getting some recognition there.
And then, were you able to see the basketball game last night? Did you see any clips?
I was not, but I've heard of it a little bit.
What do you think about our new team?
Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? Because obviously there's a lot of new guys, a lot of people left.
New guys.
All new. I mean, even new coach.
There's only one, yeah.
Literally only one new person.
No, one old person from last season.
That's crazy. It's only one person who comes back. So, I mean, it's a whole new team then. So, going into this season, I mean, you can't even go off of last season, I feel like, because it's all new. But
they seemed ready. They seemed hungry, and that's exciting.
They got to win at least. At least the preseason, they got to win. That's at least all you can ask for, I feel like.
Definitely. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we get to sit down with Dezlen Long from the LaSalle Pep Band. You definitely won't want to miss it.
Children exposed to poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children with good air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this, providing filtration technology to school children with poor air quality through the Clean Air for Kids program, helping kids to breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, removing barriers to learning, reducing sick days, and increasing test scores. This is all key to environmental and climate justice. Find out how you can help at iqairfoundation.org.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back to SportsLine. Earlier today, I had the chance to go on the sidelines with a returning member of our pep band. You may remember him from last year. Des Long tells us what it's like to play for the team and fans. Welcome back to On the Sideline. I'm Riley Kowchuk, and joining me today is Dezlen Long from the LaSalle Pep Band. Des, how are you?
I'm doing great, Riley. Glad to be back here on SportsLine.
Glad to have you back. So first, can you just kind of recap what the LaSalle Pep Band is and how you first got involved?
Yeah, so LaSalle Pep Band, we're pretty much the pep band. So we're the band that plays at numerous different events for the university, such as sporting events. We played at the Charter Dinner in years past. And so I got involved because our current director, Dr. Turner Gray, actually started rebuilding our program last year. And he reached out, just sent a general email like, hey, if anyone's interested in wanting to join the band or anything like that, just let him know. And so I did. Last year, there were about 6 or 7 of us. And now there are about 30 of us, give or take. So we have gone up in numbers, and we're continuing to grow. we're going to get a lot of people in next year as well.
And then do you have any like prior band experience, like in high school, even before that?
Yeah, so I've been playing the trumpet for about, I believe this is my 11th year playing the trumpet now. Started all the way back in 4th grade and worked my way up. I played in city bands for the city of Philadelphia, the city high school bands. In high school, I was in the pep band. I was actually president of the pep band, you know. Then in high school, but I did the pep band, I did jazz band, concert band, as well as full orchestra. So I kind of did a little bit of everything in regards to music.
Definitely. And then do you see yourself doing anything with band post-college?
Post-college, I think that, you know, given my career path going into history, I think I won't be doing band as much, but it definitely is something that I would like to keep on the side.
Like a hobby.
Maybe, like a hobby, maybe do a few gigs. I know even after high school, after I graduated high school, before LaSalle's pep band was restarted, I know me and my friends from high school, we would get together and just have jam sessions. Just be like, you know, let's come over to the house, play for a few hours, eat some food and everything. So I still can see myself playing it as a hobby, but maybe not professionally.
So how has being a part of the pep band shaped your overall LaSalle experience?
It's been absolutely great. It has allowed me to connect with something that has been a part of me since I was a little kid. I mean, when I first came here, that was the longest stretch of time I've gone without playing a trumpet. It was about a year or so, simply because like I had no reason to play. You know, again, it might be like a few jam sessions with friends here and there, but I wasn't going to rehearsal every morning, you know, sitting down having concerts and everything. So as a result, now that we have it back, it has allowed me to kind of get back into the groove of things. I'm continually working on bringing myself up, holding myself to a higher standard, and it has helped me become a better trumpet player now. And it's also allowed me to, you know, step in and be a leader too as well. I mean, I mentioned that we only had about 7 original members last year, and we have 30-ish. Almost all of them are freshmen. So almost all of them are new to the school. You know, they don't really, not to say they don't know what they're doing, but they're the ones that need help with their classes and need help with figuring things out and everything like that. So it's allowed me to also step into a mentor and leadership role as well to just help out my fellow bandmates. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and so the basketball games, we have the big games like homecoming, we have big rival games like Villanova.
Yes.
What would you say your favorite event or game is to play at?
My favorite event, definitely the basketball game. I would say, actually, basketball games, but I would say more specifically the Big 5 basketball games. When we played at the Big 5 tournament down at the now reading Xfinity Live Center last year, it was only about 7 of us, but we were able to hold our own against St. Joe's. They brought like their whole 30, 40-person band, what have you, and we were holding our own. We like basically had front row courtside seats. And so I'm looking forward to doing that again when we play against Penn State next month, and also when we play the Big 5 championship in December as well.
Yeah, and I was at that game, and it was like, I feel like we had a lot more, though we didn't win, we had a lot more, I feel like, peppiness, and I didn't know, it was only 6 of you guys. I actually would not have known that. How would you describe like that feeling, playing in an actual arena against a big school?
I think it really, in a way, it kind of felt legitimized. Like, hey, we are an actual school. We are an actual like we are a D1 school, and now we have the D1 band to go with it. Like, it kind of showed that we know what we're doing. We're building ourselves. We're putting in the work. Like, it legitimized our actions and say, like, oh, they're not just some band, random band. They're the LaSalle University pep band. And again, it's because of our actions last year why we got invited to play at the charter dinner, or even why this year, for this upcoming year that we just had, we played at rugby games. We played at women's field hockey games. We played at the soccer games as well. People saw our potential, and they've been wanting us to come back and play more and more again. And so we not only do we bring the pep in terms of music, but even being on the sidelines when we're not playing, we're there supporting our teams, bringing the pep, and trying to be engaged and be active.
And when you guys are performing, what would you say, how would you describe the energy?
We are hype. We're active. I mean, we are loud, and we are going to dominate no matter what. I mean, with 30 people, especially when you have instruments like trumpets and trombones and the drums and everything, it gets loud. And I'm sure you can tell yesterday when we were playing at the scrimmage, it was loud, but it gets people moving. Like some of the songs that we were playing yesterday, like Hips Don't Lie or Crazy in Love by Beyonce, I could see people like dancing in the crowd and singing. I could hear them singing along and everything. So it really gets people active, and I really think it adds another element to the basketball games or even just any sports games in general that our university was just missing.
And would you say like connecting with the fans on a mutual like music base instead of like the typical like rival songs, would you say that really gives you guys a benefit of getting everyone engaged?
Absolutely, especially because we try to do songs that we know people like, that we know will get people moving. Like, we don't want to play like classical music or anything like that. Something that's not, to some people, it's kind of boring. It doesn't have a place at our sports games. But we want to play songs that are not only upbeat and engaging, but ones that people know, and even if they don't know, they definitely heard them and can like say sing along or can say, oh, okay, I remember this tune and everything. So the music really is, the fans are really the primary concern for us, and so that's why we want our music to reflect our fans.
And what would you say your personal favorite song to play is?
My personal favorite, I haven't really thought about that one. My personal favorite song. That's a tough question, actually. I have a lot, like, I love playing Mr. Brightside. I love playing Crazy in Love by Beyonce. I think, this is going to be very Philly of me. Again, I'm a Philly boy, born and raised. But Rocky, especially because in the beginning of Rocky, it's only the trumpets playing. We are the ones that start off that song. And it's like no one else comes in until like the big grand, ba-da-da. So it's like, I think Rocky, because that really allows me and my fellow Trumps to really showcase our talent and abilities. And also, we're in Philly. I mean, you gotta like Rocky.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in Philly who doesn't like Rocky. So it's like we're kind of honoring the city, we're honoring Rocky, and also it allows us to show off a little bit.
And then you've been involved for what, 3 years now?
This would be my second year going.
Oh, it'll be your second year. Okay, what would you say your most memorable performance or even moment with the team was?
There was a women's basketball game, and we were there playing at the game and everything. But again, when we're not playing, we still like try to get involved in everything. And so we were yelling and heckling the opposing team. I can't remember which team it is, unfortunately, but we were sitting and heckling the opposing team. And every time they would try to make a three-point throw, they would miss. And it got to the point where their three-point average was, I believe, 7%. Because every time they would go to do it, we would yell as loud as possible, and they would just miss. And so it was like that really, unfortunately, we lost the game. But it was like, you know what? I think if the band wasn't there, it could have been even worse. And also, it's just fun to heckle. Like, we'd come up with new heckles, and like, all right, we're all going to start the buses if we're up by a certain amount of time or anything. So, again, we try to be nice and everything, but when it comes to our opponents, they're going to get.
And that's what I'm used to. I'm used to going to like Sixers games, and when they're announcing the opponent team's names, everyone goes sucks.
Yeah.
And yesterday at the game, I was like, why is no one doing it? And then I hear from the right side, and then I look over, it was your whole section doing it. So that must be that energy definitely comes from you guys a lot. Yeah,
that was one of the new things that we decided to work in this year too. Like, all right, yell that they suck. Tell them that if you miss the free throw. Or if you miss the free throw, you're cool and stuff like that. So we're constantly working out and testing new things to really get involved and also like show the other team that we're the best.
And then have you made any close friendships or found sort of like a community within everyone involved in band?
Yes, absolutely. Again, the whole band itself, I've taken on a bit of a mentorship and leadership role with some of the freshmen on there. Again, this is their first time. This is obviously their first time being on a college campus, but I get to find things in common with them that we have, even if they are like 2 years younger than me or in a completely different major. We get to, we have our own little inside jokes and everything. But then also some of the older members, such as Alex Giordano and Ethan Lieberger, who both play drums and tenor saxophone respectively. We all have our little inside jokes and everything. We're kind of like the upperclassmen in the band. So it really is that's the main, those three I really have blossomed and grown a deep friendship with those two, but then I also can see the friendships that I'm forming with the younger folks as well, and I'm hoping that they reach the level that the three of us have. And also, we've been there longer, so we've had more time to get to know each other.
And I'm sure that's all beneficial at the end.
Absolutely.
Well, that's all the time we have today. I appreciate you for taking some time out of your day to talk to me about band.
Of course.
I wish you the best of luck with the rest of your season. Now back to the desk.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. We have a busy week of Explore Sports, so here's what you have to look forward to. Men's golf is off to compete at the Big 5 Championship, City 6 in Lafayette Hill, PA, and women's soccer will also be competing, but in the Atlantic 10 Championship game Friday at 7 p.m. against ranked number 1 Dayton. Field hockey will play St. Joseph's Friday at 3, and then host William & Mary Sunday at 12:30. Men's basketball will play Coppin State Wednesday at 6:30, and women's basketball will start their season Thursday at 7 against Loyola, Maryland.
Men's and women's cross country are off to compete in the Atlantic 10 Championship in Ohio, with the men's starting at 10 a.m. and women starting at 10:50 on Saturday. Men's and women's swimming and diving will travel to Villanova for a meet Saturday starting at 11 a.m. Men's soccer will host George Washington on Saturday at 6 p.m. And lastly, men's and women's rowing will compete at the Princeton Chase in Princeton, New Jersey Sunday.
My friend Gwen is running. My friend Gwen is running. Do you know her?
I feel like I've heard of her before.
Yeah,
Maybe.
she usually sits there.
I feel like I might be
She's
in
a
her
good
spot,
runner.
so. I've heard. I was like, she's pretty fast.
Yeah, and I messed up. It's women's golf, not men's golf that disqualified. So good luck to them, because I already kind of wished them bad luck because I said their season was over. But maybe it'll be fine then.
It'll be all right.
That just about wraps it up for us this episode. Find out more about LaSalle Athletics and upcoming games by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on Instagram at SportsLine LTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
For our entire SportsLine team, I'm Riley Kavchuk.
Knapp, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.